Kate at Wake My Wayfaring Dreams. Hi, I'm back. Look at me, pouring sweat. I don't know why it stopped. I have a feeling it has something to do with the fact that it was on the selfie mode and it didn't see my face for a while, so it just kind of shut itself off, I think. I know iPhones will do weird shit like that. So I've always kind of been an Android fan. This just happened to be what I got as a replacement when my Galaxy went kaput. And then my brother sent me his old 10, which I use as a camera. It doesn't have cell service, but I use it for everything else. We've got great Wi-Fi here at the house, but I'm getting some more water. So, if you like the video, hit like, share, hit the bell, subscribe, all that good stuff. I moved the bird bath. It was already almost halfway empty in just the time I took to go check out the garden and water a few little things. So I moved it into the garden using these stepping stones to level it, and I figure if I'm gonna put up with the wind blowing the rain out the fountain onto the ground, at least it's gonna be watering something as it does it. Plus, all the pollinators and the birds love to hang out in the garden, so. And now I've moved it from that spot to that spot, maybe 20 feet, and the wind's blowing in a different direction. Oh my God, I have no arm strength. So, still leaving a piece of clay in there. So that way, if it's gonna get blown out, at least it's gonna water something while it's doing it. You know, I'm probably just going to end up getting frustrated and taking a little fountain out. It was supposed to be something to delight the birds. I don't know if they really care. They kind of like the sprinkler better when I just turn the water on. And then they run back and forth through it like little children. And it's so sweet to watch them. All right, little marigolds. I know you got some water yesterday, but wow. The Stella d'Oro lilies are doing really well. And, gosh, I can't believe I keep forgetting this, but I think it's called Mystique, or I'll have to look it up, the name. Look at all of those. This one's going to be full. Looks like they're going to have some great big yellow and orange orientals. Now, the white oriental, which are my favorite, the great big huge white ones, have... I was going to say they haven't put on any little buds yet, but look, they have. So, yay. Probably have lilies here in the next month or so. Oh, I just noticed. How did I overlook that these have already started blooming? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I planted those the first summer I was here, so this is their 9th summer of blooming in the ground. The first summer they were in pots, but oh, they're so pretty. So anyway, I'm sweating like a mofo. I gotta go in. I mean, it's dripping off my nose like a fountain, and it's blinding me. And look, you guys can attest I haven't done anything really strenuous. Yeah, I'm a little out of breath, but that kind of happens. That's part of my blood disorder, does that. Because my body just thrives on less oxygen in its blood. Kind of like a constant state of mild hypoxia on my organs. But anywho, so that makes me short of breath. But I haven't been doing anything strenuous. Yeah, I'm in the sun and I'm in the heat, but I should not be sweating like this. So I showed this little sprig the other day, and the sprig is gone. I'm hoping a bird ate it. But that is the azalea that I rescued. Its little stump. And it did have leaves on it the other day, but I think the sun and the cold evening just killed the one little leaf, but I'm gonna give it some water anyway. Give it all the bird bath water. And hopefully next year it'll sprout some. It'll probably be a few years before, if it does survive till next summer, which this will be its second summer in that spot. Well, I planned it last summer. Hopefully in a couple of years it'll bloom. Ow! Something was just on me and bit me. And it wasn't a mosquito, it was like a beetly type bug. Damn. But I got a weed around her, but there we go. There's the crepe myrtle that I rescued that I thought was gonna die. It just looked like a stick all winter. And now she's got pretty leaves. I doubt I'll see any flowers, but you just never know. The roses, this first blooming is about spent. Probably I'll get a cool day, probably after the rains, just to have next couple of days some thunderstorms and rains. And that's gonna knock off a lot of the petals. I'll come through and deadhead. You don't have to deadhead knockout roses. They will just continue to bloom, and yeah, I don't think it really even affects their blooming if you don't. But crap. I'm gonna fill my water can one more time. Just turn the sprinkler on, but it's too much sun out there now to put the sprinkler in the garden. So I'm making my third trip around the side of the house. I used to there is a hose that stretches all the way to the front, but it has a sprinkler on it. And the sprinkler was a little leaky the other day, so I really tightened it on there. And I really don't want to deal with it now, trying to untighten it. And take it off just to use the hose. Because then I have to crimp it and try to tighten that thing back down while not spraying myself, and I'm not feeling really coordinated like that this Monday. Oh, it's just too hot. I was gonna go take a peek at the kittens, but so I think I'm going to go in there and move some stuff around. There's concrete under that shed, but I saw some mold in the corner earlier in the summer. I'm sure it'll probably die, but I mean earlier in the spring. But I'm gonna put one of my camping tarps down so that when they do come out of the box, they won't be on dirty concrete, because the bike used to be parked in there, and then maybe I can give them their first kitten food without having to deal with the ants. And you know, I was gonna put a piece of plywood down, but that's a lot of work. But we're using all the extra containers from the cat litter as kind of a sun block. We have them in the corner, and then we also have them stacked up, so when the afternoon sun hits that spot, it's just gonna hit them. It does stay, for a metal shed, I think it's hotter than hell, and I wouldn't want to be in there. But for cats, it's not too hot. And they're down in a box in the back dark corner, so they seem to be fine. And I trust that their mama, who's had babies before, telling about her age and her toothlessness, knows enough that she'll bring them out if she feels it's too warm, but they seem to be happy. So I'll check them later. But thanks for following me around the yard and listening to me breathe heavy and babble. You guys have a great Monday afternoon, and if I don't talk to you today, maybe I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now.